What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video on Legend Bowl. And this one is, I know I just did one earlier today, but I'm doing another one. This one's going to be about franchise mode. So up until now it was called career mode, but now it's called franchise mode, right? So I switched it up. But I wanted to talk about what the game needs before I can get it out and get it released. All right. So franchise mode is the one, right? Is the piece. I could probably just put new load here. I don't know. I don't need to put the word franchise everywhere. I don't know. We'll see. But what I did work on a little bit this week was the facilities. So I'm just going to jump into a franchise mode here and just kind of show you around. So the plan was in the very top right, you have your money, right? Your moolah, your dollars. And the idea was you can take those dollars and you can use them to buy different facilities for your game, right? For your team. And I pretty much have this like 90% done. Up to the last update, everything, like you can build facility and but it wasn't really working right. Like you would build it, you can buy it, you can sell it, but when you play a week like this one, it takes a week to build, right? If I were to buy it and I were to simulate or play the first week of the season, well, it wouldn't actually build after that 1 week. So I added that progression in. So now every week that passes by, these things are actually being completed or being built, right? Progressing, whatever. And the next thing was you have bonuses, right? For each one of these, different things happen. Like you get like bonuses to your players and skills and acceleration and, you know, all this good stuff on here. Although that should say, oh, I know why it says that. Agility, not acceleration, agility cones and all that. And so you have different skill levels that you can bump up with this stuff, which is cool. So you can take your team and you can make them better. You can make your kicking stronger. You can take, you know, your blocking and make it better. So you can buy different things. And the cool thing about it is that you only have so much space, right? Each one of these can only carry so much capacity. So the idea was you have to pick and choose what you want to use, and you can sell the ones that you don't want if you've, you know, used up all your space. So I started working today on actually making these percentages work. And some of them I haven't really done yet because they're things like morale and personality and popularity and all that stuff, and happiness and fans and all that. But the core ones like the injury, strength, speed, you know, stamina, agility, skill, like catching or blocking or whatever. I got that now where when you go into a game, those skills and all those boosts are applied to your players, right? So the reason why I'm making this video is because I need to get this game shipped. And my plan is to ship the game out and start making some money, you know, start actually making some moolah. I'm on Steam early access and it's doing okay. You know, early access is not the best place to be. And also it's not the final release. Plus Steam, you know, Steam is not really the target audience, you know, like Steam is just a very different audience. I think the audience that I need to target are going to be on consoles. A lot of you have asked for the consoles, and you know, that's kind of where the game needs to be. But what I wanted to do was kind of walk through in this video where I'm at with the franchise and kind of show you, you know, what's left to do and what should I do. You know, I'm just one guy. And my plan is a long-term plan. So whatever people get on day one is not going to be the final game. I don't think it'll ever be final. As long as things go well. My model is going to be very similar to Super Mega Baseball, where you have like version 1, 2, 3 over time. Not like other games do, like yearly releases where it's 2020, 21, 22, like Madden does. No, this game's going to be, you get a bunch of cool stuff in it as we go. You're going to get feature updates and different, you know, free upgrades. And if I work on something huge, then it'll either be a paid thing or it'll be a second version, right? But just doing an inventory right now of what I have in franchise mode, I'm going to walk you through it. So let's just start over. So let's not save it. So what you can do in the game right now, you can do an exhibition mode. You can do a tournament where you basically walk through an entire tournament. You can pick whatever team and you can play through this bracket right here. The only thing I don't have for this are like saving like your achievements, right? So like if you finish an entire tournament and you beat it, I'm not saving anywhere that says, hey, you've won 10 tournaments or anything like that. And then you can also continue your tournament. I also have training camp, which is really just a practice ground minus the tutorial, place for you to just play around. Teams, there's a whole bunch of stuff you could do with teams. You can edit like colors and face masks and all this cool stuff. But that's very deep. You have, rosters and players and team jerseys and all this good stuff in here. And you can really recreate an entire league with this here. You also have the modding. So people that are modding right now on the computer, on the PC version, that's all there. We have some difficulty settings and all that good stuff, right? Let's cancel that. So the last thing that I'm really honing in on is the franchise mode. So what you can do is you can go and you can start a new franchise. You can either type in the name of the player you want to be and be set to a random team, or you can choose your own destiny and pick your team that you want. You can also edit your coach. So if you want to edit him around, you can do that. And then once you hit continue, it says, hey, you landed with the crawfish. It gives you some news and then you're off and running, right? So everything on here, most of this stuff works, okay? You can play an entire season right now. My plan is to have it to where you can do multiple seasons. That's going to be definitely in the first release. You have a newspaper that shows you the latest newspaper for the week. Trades, I have it in here. I don't know how critical it is to do trades. And this is why I'm doing the video. I need you guys to tell me what you think the game needs on day one to release and what things I can add later on. So trades are missing. That's one thing. You have injuries, they're working. Playoff pictures working. Schedule all works. You can do team schedule, league schedule, and you can see your standings. You can play a game, you can sim a game, you can watch a game, you can sim the week, you can sim the season. All here with stat tracking and everything. You can see the roster. You can check out your entire team. You can look at all the different things. What you have here is you have more than just the standard stuff. You have morale, personality, popularity. You have your skills. Every position has a different skill set. You have your soft skills like your leadership, your loyalty, are you a winner? All this stuff is supposed to be part of the franchise mode. But these things right here, like the morale, the leadership, greed, etc. on here, they're not being used anywhere. And the idea was that this stuff was going to dictate how well they perform, how much they want to be traded or they retire. And also when you're bringing in players, like your overall morale with the team and everything is all going to go into the franchise mode. Okay. But it's none of that stuff's working right now. Those parts with the happiness and all that, that's not really doing anything right now in the game. All right. You got stats, you got team stats, player stats, and you got league leaders, right? There's no games being played, so you can't see it there. So that's all working. Then you have the management. So the idea was going to be you can hire and fire your coaching staff, right? Facilities, which I just talked about in the beginning. Okay, those are going to be close to being done. The thing with facilities that's going to be a little bit tricky, but I have ways of doing it. Is like you have some of this stuff in here where fans get food poisoning and the happiness decreases. So I have to think about if I want to release this thing and have fans be in the game, like not fans like fans, but just like overall, like how happy are the fans? And all that stuff's going to dictate how much money you make, how successful you are as a franchise coach and owner. But that stuff's not in the game yet. So some of those things I need to figure out what I'm going to land on, because if I have facilities and I have happiness for fans, well, I better have something for fans to show in it, right? But I'm pretty close to having this working, and then the pieces that I don't have yet, I'll have to figure out. Training was going to be a way for you to spend your dollars and, or some kind of progression system that says, let's train these guys. Like, let this guy go to the weight room for an hour, or train these dudes on passing drills or whatever. And maybe you have some kind of credits each week that you can apply to certain players, or maybe a certain area. Maybe you can just improve blocking for the week, or you can improve your pass rush defense or your special teams. Maybe it's going to be that simple. I don't know yet, but I haven't done anything with that yet. So that needs to be done. Contracts going to be like signing and releasing players, right? So that's all this stuff here that I haven't done yet, that I have to figure out. How important is it to have it on day one? And then also, what do each of these things really entail, right? Another thing too is drafts, right? Like, if I'm going to go multiple years, then I want to be able to have like a draft system, right? Where in the off season, at the very least, people are going to get retire, and they're going to get drafted. I also need to worry about like some kind of achievements. I don't know if the coach can get fired and you can go to a separate team. I'm not sure how that part's going to work. But when you start thinking about franchise mode, I can easily spend a full year working on franchise. I mean, there's that much work that can go into franchise, even at this basic level. That takes a lot of time. You got to remember, I'm one guy. And then on top of it, porting over to consoles, if I end up not going with a publisher, then I have to do all that porting myself. And that takes work. And then I have to do the publishing out to the, just setting up the entire release and everything. It just takes a lot of time. So the reason why I'm making this quick video, or it's not going to be quick, it's already at like 12 minutes. The reason why I'm making this video is to really, really, really like touch base with the Legend Bowl community, my community, and find out from you guys what you think we need to get the game off the ground. Those of you that have it, you've been playing it, I need to know what you think you need. And when I say what you need, I'm talking about the minimum viable product, which means what is the basics that you think you need to enjoy the game and get this game out the door, and then wait for updates. That's the question. What do we need? And the less amount of that, the better, because I have a lot of work without doing any of this left to do. The last thing I'm going to say is that I've been working since day one, since release, which was the end of November. I've been working primarily on gameplay, and the gameplay has really, really, really taken shape. It's not perfect, but there have been a lot of improvements. I'm talking a lot, and the community has really helped with those improvements and getting their feedbacks, flushing out bugs. I mean, the game is light years improved compared to when I first released it during early access. But now I need to get this franchise mode cooking. I've been working on this game for over 3 years with some breaks in between, but I need to get this game out. I need this game to start making some decent money, and I need this game to see what it can do on consoles. And then from there, I'll reevaluate and see where it's at. If it's not doing well at all, then I'm going to have to do it part-time or something. But if it's doing well and I get the support that makes sense to keep doing it, I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to make it work. And what I need is to figure out what I'm going to do with the franchise mode for the first release to consoles and on Steam, and get out of early access. So that's it. It was a quick, as fast as I could run through this, I did, and that's what I have. So you tell me what you think we need. I'll leave it up to you guys to chime in, and then we'll see where we land. Join the Discord. If you're not on there, get on the Discord. Links are in the description here. Get on the Discord. I am constantly active in there and shooting things back and forth and trying to involve and include everyone in the community so that the game can take the shape that everyone wants it to take. The only problem is that people which is natural, they want ESPN 2K5, and that ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So this video is more about being realistic with the resources I have, with the time that I have, and with the future of this game and what makes sense. My ultimate goal is to get it to be like a 2K5. I would love to make it a super deep franchise mode. I don't know about the crib, but a super deep franchise mode. And that might be on year 2, that I do that. And I really take a lot of time to focus primarily on the franchise mode. But for now, I've done a lot. I mean, there's a lot here in this game. And making a football game is no picnic. It takes a long, long time. So I'm ready. I hope you guys are excited about the game. And hit me up on here. Hit me up in the Discord. And let's figure out what we got to do to get this game on the street. Get it successful. And get it rolling. The last quick thing I just thought about was I also wanted to do like player cards. I wanted to do something, and somebody in the community mentioned it to me, and we were talking about it, and they're helping me a little bit with it. But having a cool like Easter egg thing where you can collect cards in the game. So like you can collect, these players are going to have their own special cards, and it may just be like 50 cards, and you can collect them and open up packs and things like that. It's not going to be like other like MUT where you get, boosts. It's going to be just for card collecting. So let me know what you think about that as well. That may be a secondary thing I do down the line. It may be earlier. I don't know. But there's a lot to do, and scope creep is a problem. There's so much so many directions this game can go, and I need to pick the direction that makes sense. And I want to get this game out the door as soon as possible. And I want it to be enjoyable. And I think that the gameplay is pretty much there. It's almost there. It's just the franchise mode needs to give you something to chew on. So let me know what you think in the comments on Discord. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. And this game's going to make it one way or another with your help and your involvement. So I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.